Hello Simmers, and welcome back to my channel. Of course, it wouldn't be true table simmer fashion if the video wasn't just a little bit late. I did have it filmed, I just didn't have the energy to edit the video, so I do apologize for that. I am excited to tell you guys I pre-recorded quite a few videos. I have 3 other ones after this that I already have recorded. I just need to edit it and do the voiceover. Not even edit, I just need to do the voiceover. So if a video comes out late, usually it's just I didn't have time to do the voiceover, but just know it's coming. It's coming. It's on its way. And I'm so excited. I just like knocked them out in like a day, and it's very exciting when that happens. But this is the museum in Del Sol Valley. It is actually reconstructed from the original monstrosity. I thought I wanted to make this cool modern thing. The only thing is the roof looks a little kind of weird in the front. Like I wanted to go for that modern look with the weird aesthetic, but it didn't quite work out how I wanted it fully. And so you'll see like it clips a little bit into the other roof bit, and I try to cover it up with something so hopefully it doesn't look too out of place. But overall the inside is so good. I just want to explain like my concept a little bit so you guys understand what I was thinking when I did this. And so the original build, I don't even remember all that much, but the inside was kind of empty. It's nothing new, it's an EA build. But I wanted to make a inside of a building that would represent the city as a whole. So this build is actually in light of like acting and stuff like that. So I feel like if Hollywood had like a museum that was like, if they only had one museum, they would want to like cram all the stuff that they done in the museum in it, and that's like reasonable if that makes sense. But I basically made a museum that takes like old sets and stuff, and it shows like what happened in those movie sets. And so there's a whole few different sets in there. I think it looks really cool. I feel like anytime they retire like a show or something, they'll put like a set in there, and they try to just like show all the movies that they made over the years through this museum. And like there's new exhibits every now and then, and I actually even have like an exhibit like in waiting. Like I put a bunch of boxes and stuff, and I really like how it came out. I think it came out really nice and beautiful and sleek. And I like playing around with the outside a lot. But that's what I'm focused on. I still try to keep that skylight, and so you'll see like it. I don't know what's wrong with me and doing like the glass roofs, but they never work right, and I always have a problem whenever I'm trying to do anything. And so the lighting never works correctly whenever I'm doing it, but hopefully that's not too big of a problem for you. And also like this roof bit part that I'm doing now was a little bit complicated for me, apparently, because I kept having like troubles like painting it and doing stuff. So you'll see my struggles. This video is actually pretty long. It's 30 minutes long, just about, like with the screenshots and everything. And so I'm worried I won't be able to talk that long, but I am a talkative person. And I think I can fill the void with some happiness and my expertise in everything. No, but I actually have some news. It is Friday when I'm recording this at 11, so this probably won't come out till tomorrow on Saturday. And I actually just bought the Star Wars pack. I haven't done any of the gameplay. I don't usually do gameplay, but that's because I've been working on this build for a long time now. But I got it today. I didn't get to build yet. I've got these videos backlogged, so I've been doing homework at school, and or not at school, but for school. And so I just bought it. I'm excited. I've seen a lot of what's already happened, like seen gameplay. I know like there's a lot of unhappy customers, but I'm gonna be honest, if I were to recommend a game for you, it probably wouldn't be the the Star Wars pack unless like you're a hardcore fan, because a lot of people don't like that, the fact that you don't, if you don't know about Star Wars, then you don't know how to play this game pack. And it's kind of based like Strangerville if you have that game. So you basically have like a story mode aspect to it, and I think that's kind of cool, but I could go without it. I think The Sims is a fun game as is. There's some things that expand the game a lot, like restaurants and stuff like that, and I probably wish they would have did something more. Even like a car dealership would have been better than this. But I guess we're fine. I'm fine. It's fine. It's just like the game pack you didn't expect, and we're not gonna get any more packs, I don't think, towards the end of the summer, so it's a little bit upsetting, but I mean, it is what it is, and I don't know, like, I don't want to say anything mean about the whole, like, EA stuff, but I think they know, like, that a lot of the community doesn't like the pack. But if you do want to know, like, some of my favorite packs, I have, like, a weird, this is why I'm saying, like, it's a pack for somebody, just not me, because there's packs that I know, like, people really don't like, and I love. So, my favorite pack, like, game pack has to be Strangerville, and that's very controversial because a lot of people didn't like it. For Build and Buy, it's, like, the best place for me. I love the world that Strangerville is in. I haven't done the gameplay, but if I were to go with gameplay, probably my favorite would be Dine Out. But a lot of people can argue Dine Out should have been with Get to Work. So it's just if you like it or not. And I just like anything that expands it. Like, I wasn't too excited for Seasons. A lot of people were excited to get it because they played it in The Sims 3. But I don't know, I wasn't excited for it. I was like, I could go without, like, Seasons in the Sims. And I'm still kind of like that. I do love the pack, but it's like, sometimes the Seasons get in the way. But I guess it makes it more realistic and challenges harder. My favorite expansion pack has to be, I want to say, and I think it's not really like a house favorite, but City Living. I like the aspect of apartments, and I love when a pack like comes out with an apartment. There's nothing better than that. And as for the sub packs, I don't really think I have one. Like, I'm looking at a list of all the sub packs, and I remember, like, growing up, my favorite was the not Perfect Patty, but Movie Hangout stuff. Because it had, like, that bohemian style that I loved growing up, like, when I was, like, a preteen teenager. And I still loved it, like, when I was 16. I didn't get the game until I was 16, which was actually 4 years ago now. And I remember the first packs that I got was Get to Work and then the Movie Hangout stuff. Because I saw so many creators, like having Movie Hangout stuff because it was one of the packs that came out that year. And I think the stuff packs get better every time. And even, this is so controversial, but I love My First Pet stuff. I like the stuff in it, and I don't mind that it wasn't a part of, like, cats and dogs. Because some people, I don't know, like, I feel like some people would have wanted the pets together, but I think it gives EA a little more room, like if they want to add horses or any other type thing. And this is what's really getting me excited for, like, because there was a leak for one of the packs earlier this year, and people thought it was actually going to be like a farming one, and I think that would be so cool. I just think, I hope, like, this is going to sound so cynical, but I really don't want another, like, Sims game, because I feel like there's so much things that they can add to, like, careers, and, like, it's just a new world itself. Like, why start it over in a new game? Because Sims 3, I didn't like the look of Sims 3. I remember wanting to play it for the longest time, Sims 2 and Sims 3. I never played Sims 3, but I did play Sims 2. And I remember really liking how it looked in the gameplay features, but I I always looked at it as like a really choppy game, like the moves and stuff, and I knew like it could be better because like growing up on Assassin's Creed and stuff, like like the graphics can get better than what it was. And I just like this like comic-y version of a game, and I feel like they might get rid of it because a lot of people do like that alpha look, but I don't know. I like the Max's look. I like the cartoony vibe. It's a fun game to play when you get home. It's a stress reliever, and I think not only does it help out like grown adults, but it helps out children and like anybody. Like it relates to anybody, and I just feel like there's so much that they can add. They can add like a wheelchair aspect. They can add anything involving a disability, like alopecia. And I mean, I guess you can represent alopecia in any way. Like there are sort of like hairstyles that kind of go in that realm, but I feel like it would be cooler if they were to add something, Like, there's so many things that they haven't tapped into in EA, and I think that they can. And honestly, I think that comes from listening to your community. They did it with the cow plants, and they can do it with so many other things. People are still upset about like skin tones and stuff, so I think it's not a big deal to add these things, and it's gonna be like a lot of time. But if they have one person from a different department that gets their job done fast, they can make another little like group that is dedicated to just researching and making these side things. Like it may be just a side thing at one point, but if they propose it to their leader, captain, then it could be turned into something bigger. And I think that's what it lacks a little bit in the EA team. I hope and hope and hope for so many things, and I feel like there's a lot of things, and maybe one day I'll make a list and share it with you guys that can be added. But I just I don't know. I don't want it to end. I don't want change. But as you can see, I'm going to go back into the build a little bit. But some of the exhibits include, like, I feel like the one upstairs is like a French bistro. And then I had, like, an alien type thing where, like, they found UFO stuff. And I don't think that one was a set. Like, they actually found it in the earth. And it's, like, people who really believe in this stuff. And then I had like more of a space theme for like a galactic show that maybe fans really loved, and so they made a thing like Star Trek type thing. And then I made downstairs, I did do like a Western theme and then a vampire theme. And I did in the Western, I kind of put like night and colonial stuff, so it kind of looks out of place, but I did like the little details. And then I also add so many things upstairs. It's like little details, and I'm excited. Like here's the space I'm talking about where I'm gonna add like all the storage, and I even make it up as like a display area because I put the tile underneath and I put the rope. And I noticed in this build, like, just how I did the roofing, I couldn't completely do all of the rope. And in some of them, I know, like, the Sims will sit down if they go in it. So I had to, like, fiddle with it a little bit so that it didn't look as weird. And I added, like, little gate doors, but they were finicky and they wanted to disappear. Um, but I got it to work out in the end. And I just really like this one. This is probably my favorite museum I've done. I've really thought out of the box. I think more of how it would look. And I even included like this little Hollywood section, like where they put like where their famous singers were and stuff like that. And like they have like mimics of the stars, or not stars, it's like diamonds in The Sims, like plumb bobs. But like they mimic it over there, and there's like this little everything. It's just so and then upstairs I am going to start doing the sunroom, but I had to add like little details like plants and stuff just to make it a little more grand. I added even photos and stuff like that, and I try to make it like not even empty at all, which sometimes I don't get into the small details. And even in the bathroom, I've been trying in every like public bathroom to include like different genders and stuff. And so I want to be as inclusive as I can, and I even included like paper towels and the hand sanitizer, and then I even put like a little trash can at the bottom. Obviously, I had to put a piano in just so like if anybody wanted to play the piano, they could. It's a nice area, and I feel like it would be the perfect place to have a piano for any of like art galleries going on. I don't think any galleries would be going on here, but like if they were having like a special night, they would close off the whole museum and then play some music and stuff like that. And then obviously, I didn't even mention it. The kids' room is so adorable. I used set objects from Get Famous, and I tried to make it as colorful as I could. I always try to make like a little studio for the kids, because when you go to the museum, they usually have areas for kids, so I tried to do that. I know the museum I had growing up had like an area for kids, but I don't know about you guys, but I had the cool museum. And yeah, you see here's where the vampire comes in. I kind of spoiled it for you guys, I'm sorry. And I try to keep the dino skull from the beginning, so I really went out on this place. I'm so excited. Like, even I haven't put it up yet. Think I'm gonna put it up later today, maybe tomorrow, because it's kind of late. I have work at 6 in the morning, so some of these videos won't be up. I think I'm gonna post 2 videos today. Maybe I'll do videos Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, because I do have a backlog of videos and I don't want to just like keep them piled up, because I will forget about them. So here's where I was talking about. I did add the skylight just like in the original, and I only did it on 1 floor now, but there's a little sitting area just to have, and I did add like the science microscopes just to have like a purpose of this upper level, not just for seating. But there's a reason why they have like the seating up there. And yeah, I even added computers and stuff, so I was excited with how that came out. But I did have to change the flooring. I originally had the flooring for the exhibits, but then I had to change it for everything. And you can see here, I'm starting to work on the outside, and realistically, I don't think there would be plants probably on the building because of the foundation, but I feel like they bought some ivy and they put it in some potted plants, and it's just an area that's higher in gravitation than the bottom floor there. So just don't think about physics and biology and geology when you're watching this. So I'm sorry. I do add like a little grassed area so it doesn't look as weird, and just out of nowhere. Maybe there was a hill there and they just built around it and on top of it, so that's my thought process. I just wanted to hide that little bit of clipping. I didn't want it to be as visual, and I think it looks good overall. I try to landscape it, and yeah, and I just add like little things to the outside. I add trees. All my lots have probably like twice as many trees as EA's original lots, but I like to make it more natural and give like a good message, because trees are important. They give us air to breathe, so I wanted to do that. And this is the flooring I always have the most trouble with. I always look for the playground flooring, because it's like little puzzle pieces, and you guys won't know what I'm talking about. It's the one I put down right now. But if you notice, like, they're little, like, if you go up close to them, they're little puzzle pieces. And I imagine, like, a lot of places would use that. But a lot of people, I noticed, they use the other puzzle piece flooring. And so when I bring it up, it doesn't make sense. So, but that's what I was talking about. And I added, like, this little outdoor piece. And I think it looks really cool, because, like, a museum would obviously have something like that. And then, like, an area for the kids to play and put, like, lighting all around it. But the thing is, the only thing I think I went a little bit wrong on like this museum that I hope I would have bettered is that I think there would be more like statues like around, like pieces of art, because a lot of museums will have the stuff on the wall, but then they'll have stuff that you can go up to and walk and like look around at all areas. I feel like a lot of my museums lack that. But that's basically all the video we have. The back balcony, I didn't put anything on it, but I wouldn't expect anything to be on it. But I think it came out really good. Just tell me what you guys think. If you want to see any other types of videos, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I do look at them. It may take me a while to come back, but I look at everything. But I don't want to say it, but I think this place is dope. I had to say it, and I hope you guys are staying safe and that you're doing good. And thank you. Oh, and lastly, this part, it clips a little bit in the alien part, so I'm gonna have to move it out before I share it. But thanks again, guys, and I hope you play in this build.